Good morning. This morning I'm going to discuss the issue of work ethics and how they differ for boomers and those who come from, later generations. We all have a work ethic of some sort. It's basically an intrinsic set of values that surround the importance of work and diligence. But the thing is, work ethic and what we believe has evolved significantly over the decades. So, first of all, our ethic, our work ethic, is rooted in our generational experiences, our cultural experiences, our socioeconomic context, and it varies greatly among the generations. Please remember that the baby boom generation was like 1946 to 1964, and even that was kind of divided into two sub-generations, if you will. So for me, for example, I come from Generation Jones, and that is the later part. Now, many boomers grew up in a time where loyalty to employers, emphasis on hard work, and adherence to traditional workplace norms was what was expected. Later generations are noted for their focus on work-life balance, flexibility, and alignment between work and personal values. And for those of us who come from that later part of the generation, of the baby boom generation, you will notice that some of your work ethic overlaps with later generations. Different issues kind of come into play for attitudes towards job loyalty, work-life balance, technology, adaptability, and these affect workplace dynamics. So what's the historical context for baby boom work ethics? Well, first of all, we grew up in the post-World War II period of economic expansion and prosperity. And there was stable job opportunities, there was the promise of upward mobility. So understandably, our work ethic, earlier members of the baby boom, it was rooted in traditional values. So first of all, of course, there's the concept of job loyalty. So baby boomers would often stay with the same corporation or company for the majority of their careers. It was not only driven by societal expectations and job security, but the perception that hard work and tenure would lead to promotions and pensions. There was a huge emphasis on hard work. So having grown up during times of economic recovery, boomers placed a high value on perseverance, discipline, and the idea that success would be earned through consistent effort. There was a belief in hierarchy and structure. We thrived in hierarchical organizations and clear chains of command. We respected authority and adhered to established workplace norms, valuing stability versus innovation. We believed in deferred gratification. We were willing to sacrifice personal pleasures in the short term to secure long-term rewards, such as retirement benefits, homes, cars. Now, this shifts for later generations. So we've got Generation X, which is approximately 1965 to 1980, Millennials, approximately 1981 to 1996, and Generation Z, approximately 1997 to 2012. And as they entered the workforce, they faced vastly different economical, technological, and cultural landscapes, which led to a marked difference in their work ethics. So Generation X, we think of them as kind of sandwiched between boomers and millennials, and they grew up witnessing corporate downsizing and economic recessions, which fostered a pragmatic and independent work ethic. There was a skepticism towards institutions, and this is why I say that those of us from Generation Jones, that later part of the baby boom, more align with this generation, because we saw that when we were quite young. The Gen Xers were less likely to trust in long-term loyalty, and more likely to make lateral moves for better career opportunities. They were more likely to focus on work-life balance. So this is really the generation that pioneered the concept of balancing career aspirations with personal life, reacting against that workaholism that they saw in the boomer parents, or, for some of us in that later part of the boom that we saw in our parents, who were the silent generation, the generation before us, and were focused on just work, work, work. They also were very adaptable. Generation X is known for its ability to adapt to new technologies, workplace dynamics. They're good at bridging the divide between traditional and modern work environments. Then there are the millennials, and they are really a values-driven workforce. That is the focus of their work ethic. So they grew up during the rise of the digital age and this huge recession that many of us experienced. And it shaped their work ethic profoundly. They developed an appreciation of purpose over paycheck. So they found jobs that would align with their personal values and had societal impact. And they sought meaningful work that contributed to the broader goals of society. They understood technological innovation. They are digital natives, and millennials leverage technology to enhance productivity and flexibility and challenge that traditional 9-to-5 workday. They understood, again, the balance of work and life. So they value flexibility. They often blend personal and professional lives seamlessly through remote work and digital tools. They also appreciated the job mobility, or what boomers kind of thought of as job hopping, can be strategic ways of advancing their careers versus a sign of instability. Then there is Generation Z. And these are digital natives. They grew up in a digital world. They have an entrepreneurial spirit. They believe in autonomy, creativity. They pursue entrepreneurial adventures alongside traditional employment. They have a strong focus on mental health. So they prioritize mental well-being, advocating for workplaces that support employee wellness. They're very strong on inclusivity and diversity. They expect workplaces to champion diversity, equity, and inclusion, and this reflects their broader societal values that is important to them. They are big on tech-driven efficiency because they're so comfortable with technology. They use it to emphasize efficiency and innovation in their approach to work. So what are some key differences in work ethics across the generations? Well, like I said, boomers believed in employer loyalty, spent decades with a single organization, were focused on job stability, and wanted the security of pensions and benefits. The later generations were more focused on career growth and skill acquisition over loyalty. They didn't look at job hopping as a bad thing. In fact, they saw it as a good thing, and they were driven by the pursuit of better opportunities, higher salaries, and personal fulfillment. How about work-life balance? Boomers prioritize their careers, often living to work, and it had a profound impact that was not positive. Later generations sought flexible schedules, remote work opportunities, and changed the boundaries between personal and professional. In fact, they're more likely to work to live. What about technology and productivity? Many baby boomers learned to deal with technology, adapted to technology later in their careers, but view it as a tool rather than an integral part of work. Later generations, especially Gen Z, leverage technology to streamline workflows, enhance collaboration, and support remote work. What about attitudes toward authority and hierarchy? Boomers were big on respecting the hierarchical chain, traditional authority figures, valuing clear roles and responsibilities. Later generations emphasize collaboration, open communication, and empowerment. And what about personal fulfillment and values? Boomers generally or often equated success with material achievements such as owning a house, a car, reaching retirement goals and benefits. Later generations seek purpose-driven work. They prioritize personal growth, societal impact, and things that align with their personal values. So, what is the impact? I'm just going to actually stop here. If you're enjoying this, please hit subscribe and explore. Please share this with people you think might be interested. Thank you. So, collaboration and conflict in the workplace. First of all, multi-generational teams do benefit from diverse experiences and perspectives. By combining boomers' experience and discipline with younger generations' innovation and adaptability, we all benefit. There are challenges, however. Misunderstandings can arise over work styles, communication preferences, and expectations. Boomers may view job hopping as a lack of commitment. Millennials see it as a strategic career move. What about leadership and management? Boomers prefer traditional kinds of management styles with that clear hierarchy I was talking about, while millennials and Gen Z thrive under transformational leadership styles, which emphasize mentorship, feedback, and collaboration. What about adapting to change? Some boomers struggle with rapid technological advancement and shifting workplace norms, others do not. Later generations excel at navigating change. They are very adaptable. They leverage the comfort and technology with adaptability and drive innovation through it. So how do we bridge the generational gap? Well, we can encourage cross-generational mentorship. Pairing boomers with younger workers can facilitate knowledge transfer and mutual learning. We promote flexibility. Offering flexible workplace arrangements can meet the needs of millennials and Gen Zs while accommodating boomers' preference for stability. And we can foster cultures. Emphasizing open communication and mutual respect can bridge gaps and create a shared sense of purpose. Now, the change in workplace dynamics and expectations does reflect our broader societal, economic, and technological advances. While boomers championed loyalty, hard work, traditional structures, later generations prioritize flexibility, personal fulfillment, and innovation. These differences can be a source of tension, but they can also present opportunities for growth and collaboration. If we understand and embrace these generational perspectives, organizations can create dynamic, inclusive workplaces that harness the strengths of all employees and drive progress in an ever-changing world. So we should be working together. That's the sum of it. Just remember, to be senior is to be proud. Hugs.